everyone. Hi.
Hi, boys.
Hi, children. Welcome.
Children of the Corn.
Yes. No.
We have your woman. She still lives. Her blood will spill.
Is that a line from Children of the Corn?
Yeah, it's Malachi.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very exciting.
I've literally not seen Children of the Corn since I was...
You were a child?
No. I'm not that old. Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
God.
She's a lady.
Yeah, probably, I don't know. I would say 9th grade.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're still a child. You're 14.
Yeah, well, not according to the Republicans. Anyway.
Wow. There it is.
Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Yes, we are Seal Squad Productions.
Yes.
Yes.
We're doing Little Shop of Horrors this week.
Horrors!
Speaking of the Republican National Convention.
Yeah,
anyway.
I had a realization while watching it again this time, and I was like, I should have named Monkey Audrey 2.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, no, Audrey 3.
Audrey 3.
Yes, that should have been the name.
You're right.
I
was thinking about, watching the end of this movie, I was like, honestly, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
I think that would be pretty horrible if this were to happen.
We watched the director's cut.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to get to that. We were seeing the director's cut. It gets rid of the bullshit happy ending that tested poorly.
What even happened in the... They wound up okay, right?
Yeah, they kill Audrey, they blow up the store, and then they live happily ever after.
That's fucking stupid. Because
the audience did not like... spoilers, by the way, for Little Shop of Horrors. The movie came out in 1986. But people didn't like that Seymour and Audrey died.
It's not supposed to be a happy movie. It's about an evil plant taking over the world.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you do...
from basically, right after the inciting incident, that, the animal, the plant is bloodthirsty. You know things shouldn't end well. Well,
that's the thing is, with... The director at least said that he had a reason in his head that he justified it, because he was like, at first I was angry, because I'm like, this is the ending of the film, you can't change the ending. And then he said that at least he started to think to himself, okay, but this is from a play. In the play, the actors are okay. So, all right, they're going off the stage, they die, but sure, they come back for the final song where they're zombies, and all right, that's fine.
Yes.
But he's like, in a movie, you take this journey with them. Now suddenly we have 20 minutes of this movie without the people we've taken the journey with.
Yeah.
And he goes, maybe that's what bothered them. So that was his kind of internal reasoning for why he was like, okay, I'll change the ending.
I thought people had weak stomachs and now, never mind the 80s. Jeez.
Yo, God, yeah. I mean, fucking, you've never seen it, but Brazil, there's a whole... If you look at my collection, you see how big fucking Brazil is?
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason for that, because there's a whole documentary... There's 3 discs there. Oh. There's the middle one, which is a whole documentary on the lawsuit that happened when the director wanted his name taken off. Because the producer was just like, we tested this, they don't like how unhappy the ending is, we have to... They changed half the movie and cut out an hour.
Dang.
And so, he basically, in fact, even started calling it Sid Sheinberg's Brazil, because that was the producer.
That's fun.
Yeah, he was like, take my name off it and put your own name on it, which is, if...
That's usually a telltale sign that it's bad.
Yeah, I'll just say, at one point, I might have said that exact line from Terry Gilliam,
Amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, where I said...
It took me a minute.
Yeah, where I think I might have referred to someone as Sid Sheinberg, too.
And I had no idea what you were talking about. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, so there you go.
I just was like, Chelsea, you gotta be smarter.
Yeah, but that was, that was what happened. There was a whole thing where they tested it out to, literally at the Mall of America. That's also why I keep bringing that up. Because they tested that movie out at the Mall of America, and people hated it. And so they made this whole version of the movie that is now somewhat not affectionately called the Love Conquers All version. But they included it on the DVD as a version of it on there.
Jeez Louise.
So the 3rd disc is the Love Conquers All version, and then there's the 2-hour and 35-minute version that Terry Gilliam wanted.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the 3rd one is the Battle of Brazil disc, which is all about the lawsuit that happened and how it changed all these things in Hollywood and different rules and stuff, and,
cool.
So, but yeah, and it, it also was a big example, too, for a lot of, people. But, thankfully, so I gotta say, did you write down the date in this movie?
No.
Okay. Because I'm looking and it says the 33rd day of the month of September.
Yeah, but it doesn't say what year. Does it?
There is no 33rd day of the month of September.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did the movie say that, or did I write that wrong?
I'm looking. I wrote 23rd day.
Okay, then maybe I wrote that wrong. Okay. So, all right, good.
I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I was going to say, is that a weird thing they decided to do in the film? So, yeah, let's get right into it. A friend was nice enough to take me to see Alien Romulus, by the way. I highly recommend it. We have to go see it. And,
yes, in all my free time.
Yes. Well, you and I will have to make, if you pay us money, we will do a watch of Alien together.
That's true.
Yes.
That is true. Time is money. I will make time if you give us money.
Mm-hmm.
That's how my life works.
So, so this was also directed by Yoda.
Yes.
Yes. And yes. Oscar the Grouch.
Yes.
And all the various other Frank Oz characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So. And you had Howard Ashman and Alan Menken who did Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, all this.
Who were they?
The book and lyrics. And music.
Okay.
Book and lyrics is Howard Ashman. He died after Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
And then... they also did The Little Mermaid together.
Mm.
Yeah, so if you notice that somewhere that's green, especially in the reprise, sounds just like Part of Your World, it's because it's the same song!
Is it?
Yes!
No.
It is!
I've never stopped to really pay attention.
Oh, yes. Especially the reprise, like the tempo and everything like that. So they are, and those of you who listen to all...
that's green, part of... Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh,
so
there you go.
Yeah, it's, for those of you who are Disney, people who have listened to our Disney episodes, yes, your favorite duo, Ashman and Menken.
Did you see the Mufasa trailer?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Mufasa was my nickname in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I have to see it, but I fucking hate their live remakes. I really do. I really do.
So do the animals. Animals get really upset by them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't go on in my house.
Yeah, the cats, well, I watched the live-action Lion King. The cats were so fucking concerned during that.
I bet.
I had to, turn it off for a little bit, because they were, you can tell when an animal's getting anxiety.
Yeah.
And, they were getting freaked out by, the lions and the fire and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So it was,
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
We don't like that stuff.
Yeah, so... I will give this movie one shit point, though, because I love it, but I had never realized the beginning of the movie is in Comic Sans.
We hate Comic Sans.
Yeah, Chelsea and I, for now, 65 episodes, have been railing against bad fonts.
Yeah, it's pretty
in
terrible.
Films. Font. Please do not use Comic Sans in your opening, please.
It doesn't even fit with the motif or the theme of the movie.
No, it's the it's the worst font possible. And this is a really fun movie. Although it's also really depressing.
It's horribly depressing. And,
it's
so interesting because I keep being you can't make this now. And I'm like, it's off Broadway right now. Succeeding very well.
They're actually
on for
remaking
2 years.
They're remaking it.
I just like the Dentist Audrey thing. By
the way, the new title they're calling it, and I despise the new title, is Little Shop of Halloween Horrors.
What is that?
I guess they're a spirit Halloween shop instead of a plant store, but that's the only thing. If it is still a plant store, then that's stupid to call it Little Shop of Halloween Horrors.
Well, at least they kept with the theme of something taking over the world, because Spirit of Halloween is definitely taking over the world.
True. There is always a Spirit Halloween anytime there's an abandoned store.
It is true.
The moment you go out of business, as you're walking out the door, the Spirit Halloween people just kind of, oh, excuse me, we're going in now.
Yeah. Oh, guys, are you guys finished yet?
Yeah.
Great, thank you so much.
So, in an early year of a decade not long before our own, the human race suddenly encountered, which also doesn't make sense with the, I know that this intro was put in there, it's in the play, but it also doesn't really make sense if you keep the original ending. Because there wouldn't have been the decade that we live in now.
That's very true.
Yeah. So you can tell that this is kind of their, I've never seen the play.
I saw the play. My high school did it the year after I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend was Seymour, and my boyfriend at the time was Mushnick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first time I saw it, and I think I've seen it
I would say you started early with the older men.
Oh, yes, no, they were 17.
Okay.
Yes, I went back from the city to obviously see it, but I've seen the performance 8 different times.
Yeah. Because I wonder now if this narration is not in the play.
It is.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, well then...
I think the urchins do it.
Yeah, okay. So, we see a bum throwing a bottle in a puddle.
Yes, also, side note, if I seem low energy, I have food poisoning because I'm an idiot and ate expired spinach.
Yes, which is, by the way, fun fact, and if you ever want to know how much alike Chelsea and I are, I cannot eat spinach because I got food poisoning from it.
Yeah, now I probably won't eat
Mine wasn't expired, but I did get food poisoning from it.
Yeah.
And I can't even smell spinach. It makes me like fucking gag now.
Well, I'll try and not vomit.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, like that was a real bad day.
If I run off camera, that is why.
Yeah.
Yes.
If she runs off camera, then we will just cut. So
yes.
If you suddenly notice like a weird cut, anyway, we get the Greek chorus and the Little Shop theme as we see Mr. Mushnick's flower shop.
Yes, and they're called the urchins, and I didn't write down their names. But, I know one's chiffon.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. Yes, and they're kind of, their hair looks really great as it starts downpouring.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were trying to go for like a 1960s girl pop group.
No, totally.
Yeah. Like
totally.
a Motown.
And it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. Honestly, I think the urchins are kind of the best part in the whole thing, or Audrey too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the outfit changes, the amount of fun you get to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'd forgotten that they'd made them like Skid Row street rats too.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten all about that.
Mm.
Yeah. So they're going up and down Skid Row, and they're foretelling all of the horrible things that are about to happen.
Yes.
Pretty much.
It seems like that's like a play thing. Like, it's...
Yes, they do it in everything. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, I have actually never seen Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
You would not like it, but no, you would like parts of it.
Yeah.
You would like parts of it, but parts of it would get stuck in your head and it would drive you mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I take it that's not on the list, then.
No, it is not.
Okay. Let's just do JCS every week.
Just different versions. So that was the last theme, goddammit.
Yes.
So President Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, because Robert will never be president. Fuck you, Robert. Fucking JFK, RFK Jr., who's an actual... Okay. Okay. One thing I gotta say, I will say that so Robert Kennedy Jr. has been accused of raping one of his
Jesus Christmas.
One of his house staff.
Not okay, man.
They asked him about it recently, and John Oliver even pointed this out. Do you know what his response was? Well, I never said that I was a choir boy when I was younger.
Wow!
Yes. And then when they asked...
You're a fucking Kennedy!
And then they asked, are there any other allegations that are going to come out? He's like, I guess we'll have to see.
Like, does he not have someone coaching him? How old is this man also?
I assume he was must be in his 60s, 70s, 80s maybe? But, yeah, that was, I don't know if I'm, respecting that answer or,
horrified.
Yeah. I think both.
Honestly, horrified.
Because, dude, you should... Okay, I get that we allowed one rapist to become president once, but can we not make it a requirement?
It was only one, I'm surprised.
Well, one that actually had been legally...
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, no. And, it's really funny. They asked him about, him being friends with Donald Trump. Because he is, and the reason why it's Donald Trump is because he's fucking there to making sure Trump wins. But, I love when they asked him about that, he's like, yeah, but, and about how he was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, too.
My God.
And he's like, yes, but when you live in New York, you meet these people. Like, I used to know Harvey Weinstein and Woody Allen and O.J. Simpson. And John Oliver even made a comment. He's like, why are you meeting these people? Where the hell are you going? And Bill Cosby. Yeah. And he's like, where the hell are you going?
Listing, the worst people.
Did you go to a party where all of these people just, fucking roofied everyone?
Probably. Yeah, it's called a roofie party. Have you never heard of it?
At Epstein Island, I guess everyone must have been 12, like the girl that Trump was with. Oh, did I say that? Oh, well.
Oh, my God.
It did happen. Anyway, so, back to other things. Talking about... Yeah, so, you know what? All of that is on brand.
It is.
Yeah, so, talking about John F. Kennedy, the last Kennedy who will ever be president.
I could marry a Kennedy and be a president. I have no interest in any of that.
Yeah, don't be... if you think I make fun of you for being from Massachusetts, can you imagine if you married a Kennedy?
No.
You would never, ever hear the end of me talking to you like that. Can you pass the chowder, Chelsea?
Yes.
So I can park the car in the car park?
I can. We were actually on Cape Cod when that plane went down. How weird is that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I remember it was right next to where we were. We were like, should we be here? I don't understand. And I was so little. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks for getting rid of the cottage on the Cape, family.
Well, could be worse. You could be Mary Jo Kopechne. Anyway.
Yes, it's true.
So, anyway.
That is true.
Oh, we went dark with our politics today.
We did.
All right.
Well, everything is fucking dark.
Yes, so we see Audrey. She has a black eye.
We meet Audrey, and Audrey is like every musical theater girl's dream role.
Is she?
Yes. Everyone wants to sing Suddenly Seymour in Somewhere That's Green. Everyone does.
Does everyone do the voice?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a little like this, but I think it's too much. The voice is too much.
Yeah.
That's what I think, personally. I was like, this movie is the only time I've heard the voice to that extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I felt for her eventually, but I was like, stop it, I don't believe you, for a while. And then I was upset because you're supposed to, like, Audrey, people love Audrey because she's a belter. And what's the actress's name?
That is...
Ellen something?
Ellen Green.
Ellen Green.
Who's actually... this was like I think one of her last like film roles, and then she's just done Broadway for like.
But Ellen Green's Audrey is the only Audrey that I've seen that doesn't belt until Suddenly Seymour. Like there's opportunities to belt in Somewhere That's Green, and I felt like I had blue balls a little bit. I was like, come on, woman! Yeah, I'm like belting at my television.
Yeah,
anyway,
I was gonna say. So if you were playing Audrey, that's how you would do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm talking a Kennedy accent.
There you go. So this takes place in South Boston.
I'm a Southie.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's my father.
Yeah.
Chowder.
Oh my God! And Marky Mark will play the dentist.
Marky Mark.
Oh, he
Is
would be.
Bill Murray in this movie?
No.
Okay, who the fuck was that guy in the dentist chair with Steve
Oh, yes,
Martin?
sorry, that is Bill Murray.
Yeah, what the fuck was
Bill
that?
Murray.
I was like, holy sheep shit, Batman.
And Bill Murray improvised all of that.
It was fucking brilliant. I don't know why, because I've seen this movie before. That was like the first time that I was like, holy crap, that's Bill Murray.
Yep.
That is Bill Murray.
In the original 1960s version, that was Jack Nicholson.
What?
Yeah. A young, 25-year-old Jack Nicholson was that character originally.
What?
Yeah. And the original version, by the way, is not a musical.
What?
Yeah.
That's devastating.
It's not a musical, and what I really hate is the dentist seems like kind of a pussy in that one.
Yeah. It's hard because you want the dentist to not be a fucking prick, but then you don't have the plot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but we'll, so she's late, and she kind of pretends that she doesn't have the black eye.
Yeah, she does a really bad job at covering up her black eye.
And
she's late and she lives across the street.
Yeah, and that, is that greasy boyfriend of yours beating on you from Mr. Mushnick, and, I'm beginning to think he's not such a nice guy.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
None of my business, I'm beginning to think he's not such a nice boy. That was amazing.
And so Seymour breaks all the pots downstairs.
He's like me. I should play Seymour because I'm a fucking klutz. Just like him.
And, we see, that would be interesting, a gender-swapped,
yeah, you could Audrey the shit out of it.
Yeah, a gender-swapped,
Who would you want to play?
Well, honestly, I was going to go into it later, but I kept watching the movie, and I'm just like, I feel like if there was ever a role that was just written directly for me to play, it is the dentist.
You'd be really great as the dentist.
Because he's such a piece of shit, and I'm always cast as pieces of shit.
Yes.
And it's
but you smell nice. You don't smell like shit.
Thank you. But it's all within my range.
Yeah.
And it's all and it's fun to do a character like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I am not, when I say I play pieces of shit, I'm not complaining. Because I've always said the key word in typecast is cast. So I enjoy getting the work.
I forgot that you said that all the
Yeah,
time.
it was something I learned from my dad, because my dad didn't want to get typecast in horror. And after Last House on the Left, that's all he got were all these tons of horror roles, and he said no to all of them.
Yeah, it's like after 21st Century Demon Hunter, that's like, people are like, so why horror? I was like, once you get known for a horror thing, that's what you keep getting offered.
Yeah.
And
that's why my dad ended up going into porn. That's why my dad ended up going into porn, because he thought he was going to get Al Pacino leading man roles, and I'm like, no, like, number one, you don't look like fucking Al Pacino, and, you know, you're not as good an actor as he is.
There's also already an Al Pacino.
Yeah. But my dad felt, oh, okay, well, I've done my roles, now he's good, now, but it's like, no, you keep doing fucking, look at fucking Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's first movie, he's a goddamn rapist in Death Wish.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? And he played he's played a serial killer in other things. He played Jeff Goldblum, but then see, that's the thing, you can't just do your one horror movie, and then they cast you. No, you have to take everything you're offered, and eventually the other roles start coming when more and more people see you in more and more things.
Yep.
You know, so,
that, we should have charged for that acting class.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, the Charles and Chelsea acting class. Hi.
Yes.
Do you want to know how to make it in today's, like all those stupid fucking, you know.
Yeah, would you like to be a real actor?
Yes. Hi, I'm Charles D. Lincoln, and she's Chelsea LeSage.
Yes.
And Chelsea will teach you how to make yourself shorter when you're next to a man, if you are tall.
Yes, bend your hip, women. You are not supposed to be taller than them.
Yes.
You have no power.
It'll help you if you're ever working for Tom Cruise.
Yes, that's true. I heard it was 2 Apple boxes. They was on 2, like, half apps.
It would not surprise me.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me. I love how that has become a running theme in our musicals. How, like, with the remakes, it was breaking and entering was a running theme every episode.
Yeah.
Now it's Tom Cruise, people with weird, like, Queen's accents, and, you know.
Yeah.
So it's funny how and we don't make these themes, they just pop in.
That's true, and then they become a running... Like, I'd forgotten all about talking about Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're killing it.
But, yeah.
Tom Cruise as Audrey, too.
So, yeah, you put in your 8 hour... But, you know, so... Really, this is a film about capitalism. Mm-hmm. It is. It's a film about just like the market and how
it's a film about how evil the world is.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
And how it's our fault.
Yeah, because we get the whole Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Mm-hmm. And it's basically about how you have a shitty job, you go there, you work, and then you come back and you come to this fucking rat-infested, like roach-infested, you know, place that's breaking down with a slumlord.
Yep.
And everyone's poor. And everyone's sad. And
it's really sad because it's like, okay, you would think that maybe this musical could be one of the vessels when it came out to help try and fix that problem. And it didn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, but I mean, keep in mind, this was running at like the fucking Winter Garden Theaters. This was like in the East Village.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, this was basically right where all the fucking, you know, I mean, you're not old enough to have seen what New York used to look like then.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But when this was, because I remember when the commercials for this were out. This is when I was like hanging out in that area. That area was super fucking poor. That's where all like the fucking punk kids hung out.
East Village.
The East Village, yeah. And it got even more poor when you went down to Alphabet City, which is still kind of run down.
Yeah.
But it was like 10 times more.
10 times worse, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was, you know, people coming to see the show could relate to this.
Yeah.
You know?
If they could afford to go and see it.
You know, it was a lot cheaper back then.
I believe it.
Yeah. It wasn't like, you know, the fucking $500 million you have to, you know, go and raise to see Phantom or whatever.
Yeah, no, I went to a show the other day, Chelsea, it was months ago. When do you have time to do anything? And I got a comp. Thank you, producer friend. And then, but I looked at the ticket price. And we were, like, in the box that was closest to the stage, where you miss, like, half of the show. And they were, like, $250 a piece!
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, people can't... Okay, unless you're Disney, like, Broadway's in trouble. I think that there's, like, a big swing in the up and up. And like I said, the little shop that's downtown, that it's been going on, and they've had, like, for a couple years, they've had some, like, really famous people step in, like, whatchamacallit, like... what's Judd Apatow's kid who's in Euphoria?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I know
she's in it. Corbin Blue's been in it. A bunch of like right now they have a really famous drag queen whose name escapes me playing Audrey. Like yeah, it's doing really really well.
Yeah,
unless it's closed. If it's closed, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, like that's the thing is like you know this is a song just about you know people who are trying their best to live and then they're just in shitty fucking areas. You know.
Yep.
We find out that Seymour was an orphan and Mr. Mushnick took him in.
Which is nice, but Mushnick sucks.
And gave him a job and a home and everything. But yes, pretty much so he could have an unpaid, you know, fucking worker, really.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They have no customers, right? So
yeah.
How is he paying his employees?
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either.
You know, I assume he probably pays Audrey.
Yeah.
But I don't think Seymour gets paid at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You know, I mean, and we even get the shot of the guys climbing the fence and Seymour looking terrified because the guys look like they're going to mug Seymour.
Yeah.
Because that sort of
I
shit
love that
probably,
shot.
Yeah.
That was a great shot.
You know, and Audrey and Seymour want to get out of Skid Row. But,
yes,
you know.
and I love that when they're leaning up against opposite sides of the corner of the brick building and they're just like belting not belting, singing. But they, you know, I just love that part of this musical so much.
Yeah. So now we go to, it's 5:08. Audrey, Mr. Mushnick, and Audrey are just sitting around bored with no customers. I love the cuts.
I do too.
Where they just, basically it's just one shot and they're in different areas of the room and they keep cutting.
Yeah.
They keep cutting and then just like, you know, okay, nothing's happening. They're just shuffling around the room waiting for someone to come in.
Yes. It's true.
So 6 o'clock comes by, and Mr. Mushnick, no one came in. Mr. Mushnick says he's going to close the flower shop.
Yeah, he's going to close this flower shop, and everyone's just like, no, well, what if you, like, do something different? And turns out that Seymour's been hiding this weird fucking plant in the basement.
I'm sorry, it's not a weird plant. It's a strange and interesting new plant.
That is true.
Because they say strange and interesting about...
So many times.
About 8 or 9 times.
Yes, well, I was trying to avoid that, in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he names it after Audrey, calls it Audrey 2. They bring it up, and it's this really cute little plant. And
in a Maxwell House coffee can.
Which is adorable.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, and so, he goes into explaining how he got this plant.
Yeah.
And it was a Chinese man in the flower district, and the total eclipse happened, and then all of a sudden that was there, and the Chinese man sold it to him anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because what happens is, you know, he's saying, oh, what if we put this in there? People will come in and look at this strange and interesting plant. And Mr. Mushnick's like, you're crazy. That's not going to happen. And the second he puts it in there, guy pops his head in. Wow, look at that strange and interesting plant you have in the window. It
must have been so fun to play that role.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
You know.
I love that. And he asked it, he was like, oh, well, while I'm here, I should buy $50 worth of roses. Do you have change?
Yeah, and he's like, can you break 100? And they can't. He goes, well, I'll just have to take twice as many.
And everyone's just shocked.
Yeah.
Now $100 worth of roses is like 2 dozen roses.
Is it?
Or like 3, yeah. In New York. If you go to a flower shop, not like a bodega.
Okay, yeah. Because I was going to say, I bought my ex, when her birthday came by, I bought her a whole bouquet for like $26.
Yeah, you can do that at like a bodega.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, flower shop, you're looking at $100. No problem.
Yeah. So, so now...
we got a montage of people loving the plant. What's interesting is they never say the plant isn't for sale.
That was exactly the point I was about to make. It's strange and interesting that nobody ever asked to buy it.
Nobody ever asked to buy it.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, and there's no... Even on the sign, when the sign goes up, like the home of Audrey 2, there's nothing that says...
Yeah.
A price tag. There's nothing...
Yeah.
Anything at all. Yes.
In fact, no one ever even thinks of fucking trying to sell Audrey 2 until the fucking... You know, guy at the end of the movie wants to sell clippings.
Yep. Yeah, and he also just, like, did that with, what is it, a vegetable public domain.
Yes.
Yes. I love that line.
So, he's, Mr. Mushnick. Mr. Mushnick.
Bark.
Yes. Don't make fun of my Dutch side.
No, I was being the Swedish chef. You're Dutch.
I'm part Dutch, yes.
I forgot that. You're just everything under the sun.
No, I am not. I am not a Latino.
That is true.
Despite how many people think I am.
That's also true.
Whenever I go down south, I am always asked if I am Mexican. Always.
Really?
Yes.
Have you ever said yes?
No.
Okay, good.
Because I assume anyone who's asking if I'm Mexican is probably not a person
who's going to want you to speak Spanish.
Who likes Mexicans. It's usually white people asking me.
That makes sense.
Yes, I'm not dumb. I'm not gonna start. Hey, Mr. Racist, I'm the group that you hate.
Yay!
You know, especially when the truth is I'm part of another group he probably hates.
Probably.
Yes, in fact, I'm part of fucking 3 groups he probably fucking hates.
Probably.
Yes. So you know.
We're killing it.
That right there is a scene from a musical right there.
It is.
It's like, what? Are you a Mexican? No, I'm not. But I'm, what are you? Well, I'm Chinese. You're what?
Yes.
No, wait. I'm not just Chinese. I'm also, native. You're what? You know.
Yeah. You
wait. Okay. I'm okay. How about I'm part black? get him! You know,
you just quoted The King and I and West Side Story and Fences.
Yes. You know. So, you know, no, I'm not going to go around telling people that. I like to, what I like is that I'm ambiguously brown. And I am able to take advantage of the racism of the Hollywood system.
That's true.
And basically, I have played Mexicans, I have played Mediterranean, I have played Native people.
Yeah,
I have played, you know, probably the funniest thing is the only thing I probably would not be able to play would be straight up Italian, which is hilarious because I'm also half Italian.
You could play Italian.
If I cut my hair,
yeah,
but not like looking like this.
What if you slicked it back like this?
Well, that's also there's a picture of me with no beard.
Yeah.
With my hair slicked back, and I look like the biggest fucking Goomba.
The biggest fucking Goomba.
Oh, it's not even funny. I will, for those of you watching, I will put it on the screen. But,
service.
Yes. Well, you know, I do that sort of thing for those people who watch us.
Who care about us.
Yes. So why don't you handle the next part, Chelsea, while
I hold my bowels in my body.
Yes.
Yes, it's very, very sexy.
It is good that you're holding your bowels in your body, because... Yes.
I'm holding them in my hands.
If they're outside of your body, you are actually dead.
In her hands. Yes.
Yes.
So Seymour obviously has a crush on Audrey, and Audrey's getting ready for a date. And I love, this is when he starts calling Audrey Tooey, which is adorable. Tooey, I don't know what to do with you. What is it you need? I give you sunshine and dirt, and you give me nothing but heartache and hurt. Please grow for me. And then he pricks his finger on a rose thorn, and
feed me, Seymour.
Feed me, Seymour. And Audrey too really likes blood. So
feed me all night long.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's the thing vocally. I can do Audrey 2 perfect.
Yes.
But I think the dentist would be more fun to play than me just kind of sitting off the stage doing a voice while someone else moves a puppet.
Agreed.
You know.
Agreed.
But yeah, no, I can totally do the fucking, you know, all those, you know, you're going to get in, you know.
Yes, as well you should. So Audrey 2 starts imitating sucking. It looks like cute little kisses. Yes, because he really wants blood, and Seymour's a dumbass and lets him suck on his finger. Yes, not the smartest man in the world, but it is. I'll give you a few drops if that'll appease. Please grow for me, and the roots start to break the can, and it gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we go to Skid Row Radio, where weird things are brought in, and this is just weirdly hilarious. The array of people who are sitting in the waiting room to come on and talk about their weird things. Like, we have a man with a mannequin nun with a saxophone.
It's one of those things where I'm 100% convinced in the remake they'll find a way to put Weird Al in there.
That'd be cool. Oh my god, someone said the other day that I posted one photo of, for my mother's birthday of my parents, and they're holding me and I'm crying. Mm-hmm. And someone was like, your dad looks like if Weird Al Yankovic had a brother. And I was like, that's fucking weird! That's so weird! And my dad went, ha 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 ha, who's that?
Oh lord.
It was cute. It was really cute. So he goes in and he's talking about the weird total eclipse of the sun a week ago, too, on this weird radio station. This kind of starts the...
where we get the late John Candy as...
yes, as Weird whatever the fuck...
Willie, or whatever his name is.
Weird Willie Wonka...
Wink Wilkinson. Weird Wink Wilkinson.
Weird Wink Wilkinson, the musical. Yes, the... It would actually be really fun to be a radio host in that day, all the weird shit he's doing.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be really fun. So then we're back at the flower shop, and Audrey is late and misses the broadcast. Wow!
Don't I look like fucking just the most Italian fucking like...
See, you can play Italian.
Yeah, but like I said, I'd have to either slick my hair back or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can't unsee that, but I don't hate it. So Audrey's late for the radio podcast. Jesus.
They're in the future.
They're in the future. I got an itchy armpit. So she's late, and... Yeah, do it. What are you doing? Thank you.
This we should be charging you for.
Yes, And Mushnik is like, "Would you get tied up?" And she's like, "Just handcuffed a little." I'm like, "That's so fucked."
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. What is it? Oh no, I forgot the part where the plant in the waiting room for the radio station tries to like lick the asshole of a woman in front of him.
Yes.
I was like, please, you're still a baby plant. Please have some respect.
He's Audrey's quite the perv.
Yes. So she runs into the urchins who are in street clothes, and they tell her to get a new guy. Pretty much. They're talking about how. Then we get into somewhere that's green.
Yeah,
or
where we
part
have
of your world.
Audrey talking about like what she envisions, like her.
And it makes me
dream.
really sad because these are basic human needs that she's talking about. I get the whole Better Homes and Gardens. I'm in Better Homes and Gardens, mind you. I didn't know it was still around that long.
Yeah,
like, that long ago.
I think that was around since like the 30s or something insane like that.
Anyway, I have no idea, and I don't know the issues.
So it's
Better Homes and Gardens.
It's crazy to me that you have like those, like as a millennial, that you have like those like green lawn and the picket fence and all those sort of like goals in your head, because I feel like that was beaten out of Gen X. Yeah. And so it's fascinating to me that like people your age like do have those still.
Yeah, they do.
Because like we all just gave up on that thought,
That makes sense. I just want to be happy. I don't need shit. I don't need shit. I just need to shit. Yeah. No. I'm killing it.
I also love that she gets for the Snow White homage with the cartoon bird.
Oh, yeah. She gets a cartoon bird. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie. I forgot all about that. So she's, like, in this thing, she's bringing tea sandwiches to a party where people are selling Tupperware, and it was fucking hilarious. She has frozen dinners, bedtime at 9:15, talking about the kids. They're playing Howdy Doody, and, so she's far from Skid Row, somewhere that's green. The green part's important. It's also the actress's last name.
Yeah.
The urchins are now in red.
Yeah, which we get what I refer to as the filler song for anyone coming to the movie late, who doesn't really know what was going on, so they're just telling you the whole plot.
Yes, pretty much. This is where I got up and did one of my many bathroom runs today.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not necessary.
Yeah.
Yes.
And at this point, Audrey, too, is now only slightly smaller than a person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm like, really, just on blood alone? Mm-hmm. Interesting. And it's also interesting that Audrey 2 is just like, if at first does not want like meat from the supermarket, but later on is okay with beef.
He's not. That was so that he could go.
Oh, it was a tactic.
Yes.
So we could get Audrey.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching the end of it with who didn't know about this ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he ran out screaming. He was so upset. Why would they do that? They live happily. I was like, they don't. They don't. What? Why are we watching this? Oh, it's because it's with Charles. So it has to be bad at the end. He doesn't listen to these. It's fine. It's like Charles didn't make Little Shop of Horrors.
Hey, Frank. Listen, I know you have that whole bullshit ending with, like, everyone all happy at the end, but can you guys spend, $5 million and just make a whole new ending so one day I can make a podcast?
Just so I can really upset someone that Chelsea is involved with?
Yeah. Even though right now I'm a preteen in 1986, but, can you do that for me? Because one day when I'm middle-aged, I'm going to want to do a podcast on this, and I really want to upset Chelsea's boyfriend. Oh, yeah, Chelsea, I have a girl, I haven't met her yet. But, trust me, one day her boyfriend's going to be so upset.
Oh, no, he'll be...
Oh, thank you, Frank.
He'd been one of the final straws. I was like, seeing you run out the door is great. Yes, but the girl is lovely.
So at this point, he, I do love their, like, weird, awkward courtship where...
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, like,
fucking weird.
I'm a very bad shopper, Audrey. I don't have good taste like you. And so she offers to go shopping with him.
Weird.
You'd be seen in a public place, like a department store, with me?
Yeah, it's something interesting, because I was, like, watching trash reality TV last night, and it's someone like this, what was it, Love is Blind UK.
Yeah.
And, the same thing happened in the movie that happens in this reality show where it's just like this man is not happy, like, with obviously going shopping with the woman, and she's upset and like is like, I need you to be someone who comes shopping with me. I was like, I wouldn't want a man to come shopping with me. I'm like, leave me alone.
Really?
I don't even like shopping. Like,
really?
I don't even get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like, go to the bar. I'll meet you in 10 minutes. You're just going to distract me.
One of my exes said I was her favorite person to go shopping with. Because I was the only guy. I was the only guy who, like, when should I get this? I'm like, can you afford it? She's like, yeah, I'll get it.
And that's why you were her favorite.
Well, because she said most guys would be like, oh, that's fucking impractical, blah, blah. And I would ask 2 questions. Do you like it? Can you afford it? Then get it.
That's cool.
And, like, you know, she would come back with all these, like, fucking, almost like...
Dildos.
No. No.
Not that kind of shopping.
She didn't need those around me.
Oh, somewhere that's green.
Kids, dildos can be your friends, too. Just
That's
letting
true.
you know.
Thank God for dildos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, well, no, I'm not. That's very graphic. I'm not going to get into that.
We'll get banned from YouTube. I'm already swearing so much. We're going to get banned as.
I was going to explain, but I'll just say, don't be threatened, boys. If you're watching this, don't be threatened if she has dildos. Okay.
Don't be threatened, and don't be threatened if she is comfortable enough around you to use a vibrator. It means you're not good enough yet, but she wants you to stick around.
And honestly, you can. I'll just say, without getting graphic.
No.
I don't know. I actually might have to cut. I think this might actually be too graphic for YouTube. I was like, I might actually have to cut
you
that.
You censor like a whole 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was just like,
with elevator music.
Yeah, I was like, I think I might have to. Yeah, it'd be really funny if it goes from guys, don't be, and then we just go to like, please stand by.
Please stand by.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny. On that note, I have to poop.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna take a break so Chelsea can become 5 pounds lighter.
Yes.
And we'll...
somewhere that's green, the toilet.
Oh, Chelsea. Well, it is true. You've been eating spinach. Anyway, so...
We'll be back. Or we won't.
All right. Bye. See you later. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to checking out the YouTube version of Cinematic Autopsy. We've noticed a lot of you are watching and have not subscribed.
Yeah.
So,
please subscribe.
Yeah, before we begin, it would be wonderful if you guys could click on that little link right there. Right, see where I'm pointing right there, and you'll notice that if you scroll down, you'll see subscribe. So subscribe to us, CL Squared Productions. You'll be able to see our videos, stuff.
We have lots of cool content for you guys. You'll know everything that we're up to in the film world, whether we're talking about it or doing it.
Exactly. So let's give you 5 seconds to subscribe. All right, everyone. We'll see you guys soon. And we are back. Chelsea pooped so bad she had to go to the hospital.
Yeah. You notice we're in different places. I literally, I shit 22 times before I got a hold of my primary care doctor, and she was like, you have to go to the emergency room. So I have E. coli.
Yes.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
So I am back in my own house now.
So the key here, children, please check the fucking expiration date.
Well, you know what they said, because there's a cucumber outbreak with E. coli, so don't buy them from any grocery stores. So the E. coli, and Charles was helping me do research last night while I was dying on the toilet. It takes 3 to 4 days for like symptoms of E. coli to show up, and it was cucumbers I had 3 days ago.
Oh,
and
really?
And then the food poisoning.
And on top of the food poisoning?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so you actually would have had something even bad come anyway.
No matter what. Yeah, no, I know. Exactly. But the hospital staff was great. I raided the hospital closet. Wait, you don't know that. And then and it just, I'm sorry. I love my hospital. I was like, I'm back in my second home. But yeah, I'm feeling much better. They gave me some nice morphine to put me to sleep, and then
they showed up with casts and were like, oh, do you want your usual Miss LeSage?
Pretty much. They were like, oh, it's you again. It's just like that. They know me on a first name basis at that place that we've been to on 80th and Riverside.
Yes.
Yeah, like they know me really well there. And like I walked into this hospital and they were like, hey, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I told you, they know me at that place too. I'm sure they thought that like...
they asked how you were doing the other day.
Yeah, I'm sure they thought when I don't show up, they think we're having a spat.
Well, no, they think you're my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they do, and they think that I go there to escape from you, and we live around the corner.
Yes. Oh man.
I love inside jokes on the air.
God, we are such a weird.
We are.
Yes.
We are. I have to put my fan on. It'll take me 2 seconds, but we are here to pick
Are
up.
you sure that's not going to be too loud?
It won't be. You won't hear. Well, of course, now that I said something, you'll hear it, so I'll leave it up. But I am injured. I need to be comfortable. So yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm coming.
I was gonna say we gave people free acting lessons. Now we just gave them a free butt shot. We hold on. I have to complete the trifecta. There you go.
Would you like some? Oh wow, feet. I was just gonna give them some E. coli.
Oh, yeah. Let's not do that so we don't get sued and taken to jail like the creepy old lady I just read about.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No, I just read about some creepy Karen lady saw a teenager walking around and she thought the girl's skirt was too short. So she just reached out without saying anything and pulled the girl's skirt down to cover her butt more.
What?
Yeah, you can't just and then she called the police to complain that the girls were like talking bad about her on TikTok.
What? You sexually assaulted someone, madam.
Yes, and so she got arrested for it, but she was shocked that she got arrested because the girl's exposing herself in front of everyone, and there were little kids looking, and I had to.
When in doubt, pussy out.
You know, I had to fucking. I had to, save the 10-year-old
prevent
child.
Forest fires.
Yes. Wow. I don't know what's going on there, but so anyway, a little shop of horrors. We were talking about it before.
We're just done with talking about part of your world. I mean, somewhere that's green.
Yes.
And Audrey has a date.
Yes.
Yes, and we meet Steve Martin, who I forgot was in this movie.
Yes, because what was going to happen was they were going to go shopping, and he suggested, "How about tonight?" And she said, "I can't tonight. I've got a date." And that's when they asked, "Well, what kind of professional rides a motorcycle and wears a black leather jacket?"
And then you see like the worst green screen ever.
I know, but that's part of the charm. That's part of the charm of it.
No, I know. I love how it's so obviously a set.
Yes, this movie does not try to hide being a set in any way whatsoever.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I am curious about the Audrey 2s in the end.
Like the very, very clearly just painted fucking background. All the Audrey 2s at the end were miniatures, by the way.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, all that. It was $5 million of miniatures and stuff for that scene. Yeah.
That's so cool. Also, there's a moving truck backing up in my courtyard. So if you hear that, that's what it is. I'm not being ushered back to a hospital. Back that ass up. Yeah. No more free ass. God, my butthole hurts. Anyway,
that will be the quote for this week's episode.
Please.
So
somewhere that's green, the toilet bowl.
Yeah, so we have this dentist song about what an insane, just fucking evil sadist Martin's character
I love that we get his entire life story in one song. It's fucking brilliant.
He tortured small animals. He was just he looks a little like he'd be the dad of the Juicy Fruits. And,
yes, absolutely.
He punches a nurse in the face.
It's fucking hilarious. And like one of his own fucking staff.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like, and everyone's terrified to go there. I'm like, how is this man still in business? You need more people like Bill Murray. Don't hush him out, push him out the door.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that I assume his prices are reasonable because he's probably like the only dentist in Skid Row.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is his office also right across the street, or is that like around the corner?
It seems like it's around the corner.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But we get the cool shot of like him inflicting pain on the guy's mouth.
It's so clever how they do these shots too.
I thrill when I drill a bicuspid, and like. Yes,
it's one of the best. Actually, there's not really, except for a couple of filler songs. There's not really a bad song in this musical. They're all so catchy.
Heaven up above me, I know my mama's proud of me. Oh, mama. When we see his creepy fucking shrine to his mom he has in his closet.
Yeah, that's excellent. We love that.
Now say, ah! Say, ah! Now spit!
No, spit!
And the fucking Elvis accent he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect for this.
And I also love the transition of the spitting turning into the water being dumped in the alley by Seymour late at night.
Yes. Yeah. The transitions in this are really clever too.
Yeah.
They really are. Yeah, so he's gonna go so the dentist is going to pick up Audrey for their little date, and he meets Seymour for the first time. I have an awful bug bite on I'm just gotta pop this bug bite. So he asked about what Audrey 2 is. He likes the name. He said it's cute, it's catchy, but doesn't really even mention the fact that it's like named after his girlfriend or whatsoever. Yeah. This guy's obviously not very smart.
And he also refers to Seymour as like a different name every single time.
Every time, and I like how he calls him the plant guy.
Yes. Yeah. Cecil.
Yeah, Cecil Eric.
Yeah.
Synod something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really funny.
And he also demands to be called Doctor from
Audrey.
Yeah. I love how many details of their little like S&M relationship you get.
Is it S&M or is it fucking abuse? That's the question.
It's abuse with him like doing the fucking, you know what I mean, like his sadism in there. See, that's the thing is I've definitely seen S&M relationships that turn to abuse.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it's kind of that whole like, you know, how all Nazis are Trump supporters, but not all Trump supporters are Nazis. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, you can get like an S&M relationship that is abusive.
Yeah.
But it isn't necessarily abusive on its face.
There's no abuse on your face.
You know, but he's there, you know, I love him fucking, you know, taking the fucking nitrous oxide.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. He's addicted to his own laughing gas.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever had any of that shit.
Oh, but, yeah. So many times. I mean, like, as a redhead, people assume I'm a natural redhead, and so they give me twice the amount of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Wait a minute. Is being a redhead have something to do with how much our tolerance is?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a huge thing. We require twice the amount of anesthesia and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the thing. Because maybe that's why I like woke up literally in the middle of surgery.
Yeah, you need twice the amount.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to know that now. Because
you need twice the amount of lidocaine, you need twice the amount of antibiotics, you need twice the amount of fucking painkillers, everything.
That would actually explain a whole lot about like how much I have to take of like ibuprofen.
Yeah, you didn't know that. Amazing.
No,
for everyone who doesn't know, Charles is a redhead.
Yeah. I have literally been dyeing my hair like for 22 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's really funny when I stopped dyeing it for like 3 or 4 years, and my ex-girlfriend saw me and she was like, "What the fuck? You're almost blonde." And I'm like, I kind of have really light hair.
Would you go back if someone paid you to?
No, because right now it would probably be like white almost because I'm getting older. So,
but if someone dyed it red for you,
I have honestly considered dyeing it red.
Yeah,
like dyeing like the lighter parts like my old color. I've considered that.
That's so cool. Maybe someday. See, I never let anyone dye my hair unless it's a different shade of red, or unless they're paying me a shit ton of money and then dye it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hair is wet because I just dyed my own hair this morning.
Yeah. But no, like it was. I totally never knew that. But yeah, so
Excuse me, Gertrude. Thank you, Gertrude.
So the doctor, whose name is Oren.
Yes. This is the only Oren I've ever known in the history of the world.
Yes, I've known I've known of Orals, but I've never known of an Oren.
I've known of an Orville Redenbacher.
But and of course, the Silver Surfer is Norrin in Marvel Comics. Soon to be played by what's her face from Ozark. Ruth, whoever was Ruth. Yeah.
Julie. She's amazing. Whatever the fuck her name is.
Well, whatever her name is in the new Fantastic Four movie, she'll be playing the Silver Surfer.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So,
really cool.
here's my card. You ever need a root canal? It's on the house.
It's on the so he just like so his form of payment is just like his sadism with enjoying people's pain. Yeah, like that's really where he gets his kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, "Shouldn't we be leaving now?" She's quite a chatterbox tonight. She said like one word. I wrote, "I hate this. It's fucking traumatizing." Yeah, and she pushes the bike for him, and he asks when she goes on the back if he has the handcuffs in the bag.
Yeah.
In front of other people.
Yeah.
This man has zero shame.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he's an abusive asshole. He's once again using the fucking fetish as a way to get away with abuse.
Yep. Did I do my roots good? I did. Good for me.
Yeah.
Seymour's talking to Audrey too, and I love the Tui thing. I already said that. He's a disgrace to the dental profession. Made me really happy. Give me a few deals, feed me. This is him talking about how Audrey 2 is just trying to convince him you must know someone who deserves to be eaten.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we haven't basically said that here's where Audrey 2 speaks for the first time.
Oh, yes, that's important.
We were talking about, feed me, Seymour.
It's so good. You do it so good.
But, so at this point, he knows that Audrey 2 needs blood. And he's just like, I haven't got much left. Give me a few more days to heal. And that's when Audrey says, feed me, And
Can you imagine?
And he goes,
I feel like you and I, if we encounter like a talking plant, like you and I would be some of the only people who'd be like, oh, that makes sense, as opposed to freaking the fuck out.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't freak out, but I would probably be like, yeah, we probably should not feed the plant, lest it take over the planet and kill us.
Feed the plant.
Yes. So, must be blood, must be fresh. Feed me, Seymour, feed me all night long.
Yeah, I love how he calls him. He calls him in this an inanimate object. Which I think is just like that really bothered me, honestly.
Does this look inanimate to you, punk?
Yeah, because I'm just like, even if he wasn't talking or moving, a plant is not an inanimate object, even if it were a normal plant. Yeah. That bothered me as a fucking plant fiend. Yes.
Yeah, and here is yet another theme that's been going through our musical episodes, in that basically Audrey offers him a Faustian bargain.
He does.
He does.
Yes. He does. I want to see an Audrey 2 played by a woman, but someone like me who has like a really deep voice. I really just want to do it. That's what I'm saying.
If I recall correctly, I believe Amy Jo Jackson has done it.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense. She can do the low voice.
Yeah. Who is
really cool.
I totally recommend you go check out Amy Jo Jackson on YouTube, because she's amazing. Incredible. Yeah, she was in Teresa and Allison as one of our vampire matriarchs, and she's just, number one, she's taller than Chelsea, and
really hard to do.
Yeah, and she's just amazing.
Is she taller than me? Now I'm angry.
She's 6'1". Yeah, she's
cool.
2 inches taller than you.
Very cool.
Yeah,
we love.
But but I do love how Audrey, basically offers him all this stuff where he's like,
I'll give you everything.
Yeah, and it's I just kept thinking, wait a minute, how exactly is a big giant plant gonna go and give him these things? But Audrey too is pretty resourceful.
Yes, he is. He promises him pretty much everything, including getting Audrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, I don't know anyone who deserves to be chopped up and fed to a hungry plant. And at that very moment, out the window, we see Orange showing up at Audrey's place. And meanwhile, and I love how, by the way, every time he gets off the motorcycle parks by itself.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. And then we see fucking Audrey, like, running down the street behind him. And he's like, stupid woman, Who
falls off of a bike? Who fell off my bike? Like, he's mad that she fell off of the bike and he abandoned her. And then basically he, like, beats her into the apartment.
Yeah, he starts demanding the Vitalis, which I looked it up, and it actually was like a hair grease that used to be used.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because I heard Vitalis and I'm thinking, what was that, like early Viagra or something like that? But
I thought somehow it was like what they used to call the laughing gas, but that
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, that was always nitric oxide. It says a lot that I know exactly what
Yes. See, every
yeah.
time I think of nitrous or oxide, I just think of Crash Bandicoot.
So funny story about that. You know, in Blue Velvet, that's originally what Dennis Hopper was going to be inhaling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but in fact, they wanted him with helium, like so his voice went up. When he would be
Wow.
like, "Fuck me, mommy, fuck me," you know. Um, but then they thought it was creepier if we don't even know what he's inhaling. So they took
Oh,
away any of the known like effects from like gases people could inhale.
to leave us guessing.
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. So at that point, that's when they realized that or as Audrey too says, "Stop and that gosh sure looks like plant food to me."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love this Audrey 2 and Seymour duet.
Yeah.
It's
You need blood
great.
and he's got more than enough.
I need blood and he's got more than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so then
yeah.
we go to Oren's office where there's a child screaming, and we do get my favorite Bill Murray role of all time.
Is it your favorite of all time?
Yes. I love Bill Murray in so many things, but this is my favorite Bill Murray role that he's ever done.
And you were saying yesterday you like improv most of it.
Yeah, apparently he improved all of it.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's really, really incredible. And like, but so I guess, oh yeah, you were saying it was originally Jack Nicholson.
Well, no, in the original version of the film in
Yeah,
1966, it's Jack Nicholson playing it.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jack Nicholson's really old.
Yeah, he's like fucking in his 80s now or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. Hell, if 1966 he was 25, I mean, yeah, he was born in 41.
He's older than my dad?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to see my dad this weekend.
Oh, I'm very happy for you. Yay.
Yeah.
Dr. LeSage.
Yeah, I get to see mommy too, and I got her for her. Oh, wait, nope, she'll listen to this. This will come out
Yeah.
before I see her. I can't tell.
Yeah.
I can't say.
So, I love also that that Oren's apron is PVC.
Yes.
I see. That's the thing. That's the thing. He has so many like fetish scene touches in his stuff.
He really does. Like,
Yeah.
whoever did wardrobe for this deserves a fucking Oscar. I hope
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even his tools have all sorts of like things I've seen in stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny? I was like, I saw this in a club once.
Yeah. But here's the thing that I love about this is that this is really that joke about what did the sadist say to the masochist? No. So
Why don't I get it? What? I don't get it.
because a masochist wants to be hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
And how is a sadist going to torture a masochist by saying no?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's quite brilliant. That is brilliant.
Because I have oh my god, like, and every time he said, like, I just imagine his character is one step away from fucking coming in his pants during this scene because he is so fucking horny for Steve Martin's character.
He is so and Steve Martin is so turned off by it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this role is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy has like obviously a dental kink too.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, and I love one of my favorite things is that he's putting on the bib, putting the swabs in his mouth, and is adjusting the light all by himself.
Yeah, he knows all of the things. He's been to many dentist offices, and he's been looking for that one dentist that's just gonna hurt him. so good.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I had an Uber driver once pick me up from my dentist, and I always tell my dentist she's the nicest sadist I've ever met.
Yeah.
But I had an Uber driver. He's picked me up from the same dentist before I had a car. The Uber driver. He picked me up from the dentist twice, and he was like, "Yeah, this is my dentist, and they let me say no to lidocaine. I like it raw. Like I don't want to be numb." And I'm like, I need to get out of the car, sir."
Yeah.
It's happened twice. He's been my Uber driver.
Yeah, we don't need to hear about them raw dog in your mouth, dude.
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't. Like, my dentist is a nice lady. Okay? Yeah. You're a freak.
But yeah, I absolutely love this scene. So I think this is honestly my favorite scene in the movie too.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think I agree.
And him just being, "Get out of here, you freak!" You know?
You freak.
And the fact that he's also stealing medical equipment, which we know, neither of us know anyone who does that.
No, I definitely didn't do that this morning.
Neither have I ever had a collection of hospital gowns or anything from my various hospital trips.
I'm like, I should at least get something out of it. My poor
'cause
insurance is going to pay up the wazoo.
there is certainly no medical fittings there. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
You're not okay. Come here. Come here. Hey, you wanna come
goddamn
here?
sicko. Hello, Nut Nut.
You say hi to Uncle Charles. Say hi to all of
I
our
miss
viewers.
you. I
We
miss
love you,
you.
Uncle Charles. Gert, you want to say hi too?
I miss you
Monkey.
too, Gert.
Yeah.
So, and I love how how he's like obviously trying to reestablish his sadism as soon as Seymour comes in. Where he's like, does this thing scare you? Would you like it if I took this and went right for your goddamn incisors?
Like he obviously wants to, like, it makes him feel better about the failure that he just was.
Yeah. I mean, it's really like the equivalent of him not being able to get it up in front of somebody and rushing out immediately to go screw someone else.
Yeah.
No,
totally.
So he throws Seymour into the chair and he's like, you ever seen the results of a neglected mouth? And I don't even know what animal that is.
I don't know either. That's crazy.
It looked like a chimpanzee or something.
I have no clue. Okay, bye, Nanette. See you later.
So he pulls out, it's a drill, and Seymour's like, it's rusty! And it's like, it's an antique. They don't make them like this anymore. Sturdy, heavy, dull. And Oren's like, wait, let me get the gas. And he's like, oh, thank God. Oh, the gas isn't for you, Seymour.
The gas isn't for you, Seymour. Yeah, so he puts on the gas for himself, and he basically, it's what happens. Like, I didn't write it down.
Oh, no. He gets his special gas mask.
Yes, with the balloons.
Backpack with 2 canisters of nitrous oxide on the back. Oh, Seymour, I'm flying. He can't even hold the fucking drill anymore, even though the drill is on. He's like laughing at the baboon mouth or whatever. And
a baboon's a good idea. That's a good call. Maybe a gorilla. Yeah.
And then he breaks the handle, and now it's pumping him with more gas than possible. And so Seymour pulls out a gun like he's gonna shoot Oren, and even he starts, because he's just so fucked up, he starts laughing.
Yeah, it's so funny. The fucking balloons that like pop up a little bit on either side. It's like, I just thought that was the funniest thing in the whole world. Can I help you, madam?
And so he pretty much asphyxiates. And I love, what I ever do to you? And it's like, it's what you did to her. And I love that he's like, her who? Yeah. About fucking Audrey.
Like as if he has several women.
Yeah. Oh, her. And then he dies. He fucking asphyxiates.
Yeah. So, and this is something I forgot, that Seymour doesn't actually kill the dentist.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Gert. See you later.
So, he basically, oh my God, she's so cute.
They're so good.
I miss them so much. I have to come by sometime and see them soon.
Yes,
so we cut to Skid Row, where Seymour is dragging the very stiff body through the streets, and I just kept thinking,
he doesn't do a good job of hiding it.
If I had seen that in the Village back in the day, I wouldn't have even blinked an eye.
You'd have been like, that's just a Tuesday.
Yeah, oh my God. I remember one morning I saw this woman running down the street, and like, she was this young woman, and she was barefoot, and she was running down 4th Avenue, which turns into, University, whatever it is. She was running down 4th Avenue at like 6 a.m, wearing clothes that were like clearly like 3 sizes too big for her, and like holding the pants up that were like kept falling down.
That's terrifying.
The only thing I could think is maybe she woke up naked and those are the only clothes or something.
Yeah, maybe. Or she escaped from something.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, who runs through the streets of the Village barefoot? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I've done that, but...
Really? Oh my God, why would you do that? No wonder you're getting fucking diarrhea all the time.
All the time. Yeah, well, no, it was a modeling job.
Yeah. Well, that's different, though. I'm talking about, like...
Yeah, this woman's in fear for her life.
Yeah.
They
But
the two do not equate. I accept
yes,
that.
so I love that he's hitting his head on every step and corner.
Yeah, he's hitting his head in this like really bad body bag on every curb, every stair. It's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
goes to chop up the body. And as we do that,
Mushnik sees him.
yeah, Mr.
Yeah, I
Mushnick's coming
love the
home.
shadows. I love
Yeah.
the shadow play during that scene.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a very Hitchcock shot. Because
Yeah,
we
it
see
is.
like the silhouettes, we see lots of lightning, and it's all lighting and shadows and stuff. It's such
Yeah,
a Hitchcock shot.
they did a really good job, but Mushnik sees everything and freaks out.
Yeah, and so he basically starts shoving body parts into Audrey's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he probably should have removed the clothing, but I guess Audrey can eat those too. Um,
Yeah, it seems that way. I'm sure if Gert were a plant, she'd eat everything when it came to
well,
like
she'd eat everything, but then she'd be choking on it because we know
that's
Gert
true.
eats things she's not supposed to, and then chokes on them.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Gert, we're talking about you. I am
Mhm.
Gert.
So Seymour's awake, feeling guilty about it, and the police are talking to Audrey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They said his face disappeared. They suspect foul play. I love that because it's obvious that it's foul play if his face
Yeah.
disappeared. Fucking
What,
hilarious.
his face? Wait, what?
Yeah, it said like Audrey says they said his face disappeared, but it doesn't make any sense if they fed him to a plant.
No, I didn't. No, they said he disappeared.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought they said his face for some reason. I'm happy to be
It might
wrong because
just
I was
might
like,
just be
that doesn't
his
make any sense.
might just be the weird voice she was putting on.
That probably is
But yeah,
probably.
like because I watch everything with the subtitles on, so like yeah,
Oh yeah. I did
yeah,
not.
yeah.
So the place is in shambles. There are masks everywhere. The receptionist found him, which is interesting because, or they found it. That was that
They
like
found signs of a
clear?
struggle. That's what they
Yes.
found.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she runs to this other part of Skid Row that's actually really beautiful and kind of looks like ruins and cries.
It's a burnt
And
out building. It's what it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Nana, you're so cute. And Seymour comes after her. Oh no. Seymour comes after her and says, "Don't cry, Audrey. It would be so terrible if something bad happened to him." She goes, "It wouldn't be terrible at all. It'd be a miracle."
All the money
Yes.
she spent on Epsom salts and ace
And Ace
bandages.
bandages. Yeah. But
Yeah.
she feels like part of it would always be her fault because she secretly wished it.
Yeah.
She's just like she's got battered woman syndrome so bad where she thinks that like all of
Yeah.
this is her
I don't
fault
deserve a
still.
nice guy. I mean, it's
Hmm.
obvious, unfortunately, and you as having unfortunately had experience with that can
Hmm.
attest. A
Yeah.
lot of women go from one abusive relationship to another.
Yep. Been there, done that.
And she says that that clearly Oren is not the first abusive guy she's ever been with.
Yeah, pretty much. And she, where'd we meet? In the gutter. What's the in the gutter? It's a nightclub. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So she worked there on the nights off, put in cheap and tasteless outfits, not like this one.
Yeah, where she's wearing like the fucking mini skirt that's like only slightly below her crotch, and like
Yeah, where's
her
that lady who wants to pull down the 10-year-old skirt? We need her again.
yeah, exactly. Her boobs fucking popped out. Did we
Hmm.
say that on the air, or did I?
I don't know.
Okay, but I'll just say there was a woman in Utah arrested because she saw a teenage girl with her skirt hiked up a little bit, and she just walked over and like pulled the fucking bottom of the girl's skirt down to cover up her butt. But you can't just fucking do that without like
Yeah.
permission to someone. That's sexual
Hmm.
assault.
Hmm.
You know. So yeah, but so obviously we find out that Audrey is some sort of, I guess I don't know if they had strip clubs in the '60s or not, but
Yeah, strip clubs have been around forever, just like dildos have been around
well,
forever.
yeah,
They've
but I mean,
had,
I knew they had
yeah.
brothels and stuff like that. I didn't know if they had like strip clubs
Oh, wake Marty up and ask him. I'm not doing that. Just kidding.
because but no, you know what I mean, because of all like the morality laws and all that sort of bullshit. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
I
that's
can
why
find
I
out
wasn't
though.
sure.
I
Yeah,
can find out.
because I figured late '60s, yeah, they would have them, but I don't know if when this takes place, they
Hmm.
would have been around.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean, it
know.
could have been a burlesque club. They had those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it could have been
that
that
makes
where
sense.
she wouldn't get naked, but she would still get like, at least scantily clad. Yeah. So it could have been that.
Scantily clad.
Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, if I'm putting on cheap and tasteless outfits, it very much probably was like a more burlesque type.
Burlesque club. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Let's ask Alan Menken.
Yeah.
So this is Suddenly Seymour, which is like every musical theater kid's one of their favorite fucking duets to sing, and I love this stupid song. Yeah. So they fall in love, and I love one of my favorite parts is like they do Seymour's your friend, ending with Seymour's your man. I love that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Audrey 2 now opens the door. That's what we cut to next. And I
Yeah.
love that. Like, he's just, yeah. This plant's a fucking monster, and it makes me happy. And then he has lipstick now. Yes. Seymour goes to the basement, and Mushnick is there and catches him and basically threatens him with the police or with a gun because he saw everything that he did to the dentist.
Yeah, but he says that I'll let you go if you go and just leave. Yep. Leave, give me Audrey too, and I'll handle everything.
Teach me how to, teach me how to feed it, take care of it.
And I love how in the background we see Audrey too basically just kind of open his mouth and
and eat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's such tension in this scene too, where he's kind of just walking Mr. Mushnick backwards towards Audrey too.
Yeah, but like again, Seymour didn't kill Mushnick.
Yeah, but we get like that chorus in these fabulous fucking purple outfits, and it's just like the music and the tension. It's such a fucking cool scene.
I love that one shot of the urchins in front with their feet going by, like they're walking by, as you have Seymour, Mushnick, and Audrey too. As he's backing up. It's a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
But this is a beautiful chicken. Hi.
So once he, oh my God, no, so cute
know.
On there. No one's gonna be able to pay attention to us. They're just gonna be looking at how cute she is.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah. So, they'll be like, oh man, they started talking about poop all this time, but then I saw this cute dog in the background, and everything was okay. Yes. We see Seymour and a lot of people telling him how famous he is now. He's being offered tons of contracts. He's on the cover of Life magazine and TV Guide.
Yeah, he's gonna get his own TV show.
Yeah.
About being a plant dude.
At this point, Audrey is almost the size of the entire store.
Yeah, what's interesting is that you don't see other plants in the store, really, hardly at all.
Yeah. So
I love that. I was like, did they, like in that earlier scene, I'm like, did they really have $100 worth of roses in that shop? I doubt it.
So now they cut to basically they end up cutting because not when I say they cut, not the film, the people that are there filming, because he's trying to do like a greenery show.
Greenery show, but the thing that bothered me, I was like, you didn't actually I don't know if that was planned. There was just a reporter and like a camera crew on a Super 8, like just in the flower shop. Yeah, and he's just Audrey slaps him because he's just like, you're hysterical. Now I'm just gonna do the voice for fun. Like when someone really pisses me off, maybe I'll do that voice.
There you go. You should meet people and talk to them in the Audrey 2 voice and just see how they react.
In the Audrey 2 voice?
No, I'm sorry, in the Audrey voice. Just to see how they react to that.
Hi, can I have a vodka soda?
Yeah, like, it'd be like how when I hear, like fucking Mia Goth, who I love, like, Mia Goth sounds like a fucking 18th century orphan.
Like, I haven't seen Maxine yet.
But yeah, no, like, I love her voice because I hear her and it sounds like, literally, she sounds like she's right from Oliver Twist.
She does. There's I'm doing this this voiceover audio screenplay thing for a podcast, and I'm playing like 18 different characters. It's like a 70-page script, and I'm reading everything. And they were just like, but there's one character, like I want you to put on. She's really creepy, and she should not be talking to her kids this way. So I want you to just like focus on a different voice for her. And so I'm doing the Audrey voice, but hi, honey, I'm so glad you're home. It's really fun.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. So Seymour does not handle fame well.
No, which is fine. Some people are not meant to be in the limelight.
Yeah. And he's refusing to feed Audrey too.
Yeah, I mean, like, what would happen? Like, this is a big debate that I'm making up in my head. I don't know if it's a big debate at all. But how much is Audrey 2 faking it when he collapses?
I think Audrey 2 is completely faking it.
Okay.
Audrey 2, I mean, you see at the end of the film how destructive they are. How many,
Yeah.
like, I mean, to get to that level, how many people
Yeah.
do you think didn't feed them? And then they were like, well, fuck it, I'm going to eat your arm then.
Yeah. No, totally. You're right.
Yeah.
Totally.
So, I think Audrey 2 is totally faking it, but he's trying to figure out what to do. But they're going to come back tomorrow. They're going to give him a great big check to shoot this show. And so it occurred to him, get the check, and then him and Audrey can leave.
Town.
He proposes to her and says, we'll go get married right now at the Justice of the Peace.
Yep. And City Hall is not open at night, just so you know, Seymour.
Yeah.
But Audrey has a wedding gown, obviously, already. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hilarious. So the Audrey 2 is hungry again, which always happens. Yeah, and he goes, what is it? Seymour goes to get him some beef.
Well, yes. Yeah, well, let's explain this better to people.
You explain it better.
Okay, well, because what happens is he's basically going to pack his bags and leave with Audrey, and then Audrey 2 wakes up, because he's trying to sneak past Audrey 2.
Oh, yeah, I didn't write that down.
Yeah, and so he basically, and Audrey 2 wants to be fed, and he's like, no, I'm not going to kill anyone for you, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, all right, but you know what? If I go and give you some meat, will you be fine with that? And Audrey 2 is like, all right, fine. You drive a hard bargain. So he goes off to go get the meat, which is just
Arby's. We have the meat.
Yes, but the thing is, obviously Audrey is not okay with just meat, because Audrey 2 calls up Audrey.
And she's like, it's me, and she looks across the street, and I love the shot of Audrey 2 in the window, like staring at her in the window, like this
in her wedding dress.
In her wedding dress. Audrey needs to invest in some blinds.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I think. I love how she thinks it's Seymour at the beginning too.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. It's so funny. So she goes over there. She's shocked because the plant can talk. And she's just like, I'm gonna get you some water. And I love the tiniest little daintiest watering can on the planet is the one she picks up. He grabs her and he pulls her in.
He lifts up her skirt at one point.
Yeah, and he's like, come join the dentist and Mushnik. They're right inside.
Yeah.
And I wrote, okay, so it has no digestive system. Got it, if they're still in there.
Well,
she's
parts
screaming.
of them would still be in there.
Yes, that's true.
I guess it doesn't... Well, but that's the thing. Don't plants poop basically through through oxygen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
They do. Thank you. You remind me I have to water the plants today.
Yeah.
In all my free time.
Yeah.
So Seymour runs in, he's trying to get Audrey out of Audrey 2's mouth. She's barely alive. There's like this little speck of blood, like one on her chest and one on her dress. That's it.
And here is also where we should note, this is where the theatrical version is completely different.
Oh.
Because
that makes sense.
From this point forward, if you've just seen it in the movie theaters, or if you saw like the Channel 11 version, like, it's completely different from this point forward in the director's cut. Yeah. Because Audrey 2 never actually eats Audrey in the theatrical version.
That's just kind of fucking suck. Like, can you imagine how pissed you would be if we just spent $5 million on the ending and they demanded that we fucking change it?
But you know me, I would be one of those, like Frank Oz found a way to rationalize it in his head. I wouldn't. I would be on all the fucking, like...
No, you'd be on a rampage.
Yeah, no, I would be all over, like, fucking, like going on interviews about how fuck the producers of this and, all that shit. Because, like, I can't let someone fucking, I might even, and that's like, best case scenario is I become like David Fincher is with Alien 3 and I just refuse to even answer questions about it.
Yeah, I feel like I would have to talk you into that.
Yeah.
I think that it would take a long time, but that would be the best case scenario, and it would take me a long time, but I would have to convince you of that.
That's the calm best case scenario, is me just refusing to answer questions about it.
He'd be like, Chelsea, you're fucking doing this. I'd be like, okay. But he'd be pissed at everything I said.
David Fincher had such a it was his first feature, and he had such a negative experience with the producers. He refused when they did they even put together his assembly cut for the DVD version I have, which is so much better than the theatrical version.
I believe it.
And even then, he refused to even be interviewed about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He will not answer a single question about that film. They offered him money to even come and do the commentary on the assembly cut. He refused. Like, he wants absolutely nothing to do with his Alien 3. Yeah.
Dang, did you hear that, Peanut?
Yeah.
I am Alien 3.
Yeah. So Seymour pulls him out, and Audrey's dying pretty much.
Yeah. He asks if she's okay. She says yes, and then collapses and said no. I love that.
The plant she said the plant just said the strangest thing just now. It said Orin and Mr. Musnick are already inside.
And Seymour confesses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He fed them to it.
Yeah. And basically,
that's what made you so big and made it so big and strong, and you so famous.
Mm-hmm. And she wants to be fed to Audrey too, so that she can be somewhere that's green.
Yeah, that's devastating.
Yeah. If I'm in the plant, then I'm part of the plant. So in a way, we'll always be together.
It's really cute, and also just like really horrible, like mentality of a 50s housewife.
Yeah. So she dies, and he carries her over the threshold like they're married, and he feeds Audrey to Audrey too.
I love that threshold thing. Yeah. That's the best.
Yeah.
Gert, if you're too hot, Pooh, get down.
Yeah.
Okay, I am Gert.
So at this point, he's gonna kill himself.
He's up on a roof trying to kill himself, and some random fucker comes up on the roof.
Patrick Martin, International Licensing and Marketing.
I'm glad you got it.
Yeah. And played in here. I don't know who played him in this version, but in the theatrical cut, he was played by, because the dialogue was different for the character. It was Jim Belushi, John Belushi's brother in the theatrical cut, because they couldn't get this guy to come back when they needed to reshoot this scene for the theatrical cut.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So they got Jim Belushi's brother instead so it's two different characters, two different actors playing the same character depending on what cut of the film you see.
That's so interesting. Very cool.
Yeah. But it turns out Patrick Martin took a cutting of Audrey and basically a new one grew.
Yeah, no baby one. And I was like, I want one, Chelsea. No, this is a trap.
Yeah, and their goal is to have one in every household in America. Little Audrey 2s everywhere. Yeah. And he runs off when he realizes that's been Audrey's plan from the very beginning.
We don't have to deal with you. Goddamn vegetables, the public domain. I'm sorry. I said that earlier, but
that's what Patrick Martin yells as Seymour runs away. Yeah. So
he goes to Audrey too, and is just like, "What the fuck?" And shit, Sherlock.
I want to thank you.
Yes.
You're a monster, and so am I. And,
mean green mother from outer space. I love gonna trash your ass. Gonna rock this. It's so good. He's trapping Seymour. He's the plant's destroying the entire shop.
Yeah.
Bury Seymour in rubble. It's very uplifting music for such a tragic thing that's happening.
I don't come from no black lagoon. I'm from past the stars and beyond the moon. Keep the pig, keep the it, keep the creatures, they don't mean shit. Got killer buds, a power stem, nasty thorns, and I'm using them. Moving out, nature calls. Got the point, I'm gonna bust your balls. You know?
I'm glad you wrote all that down.
But as I said, like the dentist would be so much more fun for me. But I have the perfect voice for Audrey too.
You do.
But
you could technically do both.
I guess I could.
They're not in this
plays.
Yeah.
But what do you think? And actually, now that I think about it, they never have dialogue with each other.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Peanut, do you want to play Seymour? Yeah.
So. Basically, everything Seymour tries to do to kill Audrey fails, and Audrey just destroys the whole shop.
Yep.
And eventually devours Seymour.
Yeah, and spits out his glasses.
Yeah, and that whole as he's pulling Seymour slowly into his mouth.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And he just like submits, you know, he's just like he's just like, yep, this is how I go. Okay.
Yeah. And he devours Seymour, and he spits out his glasses and laughs.
Yeah, it's fucked up shit. And then we see the urchins in front of an American flag.
Yes. Subsequent to the events you have just witnessed, similar events in cities across America, events which bore a striking resemblance to the ones you have just seen began occurring. And we see Audrey 2 on sale all over the country, from Maine to California, and people are buying them and got sweet-talked into feeding it blood. And I mean, it's like a Black Friday sale. There's
everyone wants them.
Yeah.
So that's what they came here to do, those plants. Yeah.
And we see, their plan was to eat Cleveland and Des Moines and Peoria and New York and where you live.
Yeah, I love that little couplet so much.
Yeah. We see news reports of Godzilla-sized Audrey 2s.
Yeah, like people are just getting eaten in their beds. Like New York is being destroyed.
Yeah, we see a Beverly Hills club where 2 Audrey 2s burst through the wall. We see the Brooklyn Bridge being destroyed by 1 Audrey, as another 2 giant ones are going through the streets of New York, and taxi cabs are flying past.
It is a very long sequence.
It's 23 minutes.
Holy sheep shit.
Yeah, it's 23 minutes, and as I said, it was done with like miniatures. I was so concerned with that dog getting eaten.
But they didn't eat the dog.
They didn't show the dog getting eaten. We don't know if it happened, but
that's true. But okay, so then question, they're all miniatures, which makes sense. What about the people? Those people weren't miniature people.
Those people were doing their thing against a blue screen.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're doing their thing against a blue screen, and then the miniatures were on the blue screen.
We're on the blue screen. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Movie magic.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, I love the shot of the subway train, like going into just this giant Audrey 2 at the end of the tracks. And they call the military in. They're at the Statue of Liberty, but none of the bullets have any effect, and even a rocket launcher has any effect. And so they basically say, please, whatever they offer you, don't feed the plants. And then Audrey 2 rips out of the movie theater screen and comes for the audience.
Yeah, it's so clever.
So I should also note, by the way, that in the theatrical version, they had a crane. In the original one, they had a crane so that Audrey 2 would then come like it was jumping out into the audience.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, like that's how, right after Don't Feed the Plants, that's what Audrey 2 would do. Like Audrey was now going to eat the people at seeing the play.
So in the theatrical version, because I've never seen it, Audrey and Seymour live, but Audrey 2 still destroys the world.
No, Audrey 2 is destroyed, and Seymour and Audrey go off to live somewhere that's green.
That makes me want to fucking punch something.
The only like at the very end, we see that there's an Audrey 2 growing out of their flower garden.
Oh, okay.
And that's when it has the end with a question mark.
Yes, so we get an end with the question mark here, but everything is fucked.
Yeah. So apparently, Martin Scorsese of all people was originally approached to direct it.
Weird.
But the production was actually stalled when a lawsuit was filed by the original film screenwriter, who didn't like that they were making a musical of it.
Oh, and now now it's known as the musical.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't even know that the original wasn't a musical until doing the research for this. Also, I didn't know that Levi Stubbs was who does Audrey 2 was in the Four Tops.
He was?
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Green played Audrey in the Ellen Green played Audrey in the original off-Broadway production, but she was not originally going to reprise her role. Originally, I love how they love the voice, so they were trying to go for women with the voice instead of like
an actor who can put on the voice.
Yeah, they tried to hire Cyndi Lauper. They were going to try Barbra Streisand, which would have been fucking awful.
Yeah, that one. That's not the. I'm sure she sang all of these songs a million times, but no.
Yeah, but then they eventually went with the person who sang the off-Broadway version.
Cool.
And all the scenes were filmed at Pinewood Studios in England. And they made use of every single soundstage there, including the 007 one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they didn't want to shoot on location because they felt it would tamper with the fantastical mood of the film.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and they said it was really hard to heat properly, and sometimes they would actually put ice cubes in the actors' mouths because the heating was just that fucked up.
It was so hot.
And it was like showing up on camera. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And so there's a couple songs that were actually cut from the musical. And there's like 3 songs that are in the play version that are not in this.
Okay.
And then they added Mean Green Mother from Outer Space, which was written specifically for this version.
Which is so weird because it's just like I've seen it in the play.
Well, yeah, same thing like with Jesus Christ Superstar, where people they like a song that's in the movie version and they add it to the play.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Totally.
There were a whole shitload of puppeteers for Audrey 2. And literally and there was one other scene with blue screen, but that's only in the theatrical version.
Okay.
When Rick Moranis destroys Audrey 2, that was a blue screen scene, but we didn't see that here.
That's okay, and I don't care if I ever see it.
Yeah. But yeah, and apparently the producer was also against the original ending too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh, and for everyone who doesn't know, this version of this is actually only $4.99 to buy on Amazon right now.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was I really enjoyed what they did there. But yeah, I will say that when they did the focus testing, so apparently in order for your movie to get a green light and go forward with no reshoots or whatever, you have to get at least a 55% approval rating from the focus testing.
Yeah.
And they got a 13%. That's how bad the people they showed it to hated this ending.
Wow.
So they were probably a lot like your certain friends' response to it.
Yes.
But yes. I mean, I prefer this ending so much.
Yeah, I don't want to see the bullshit of people living happily ever after. We're horror filmmakers, god damn it.
Yeah. So that is Little Shop of Horrors.
Horrors.
Yeah. And I will say before we finish up on Little Shop of Horrors, I will say it's funny that this was such a, very much a stage and everything. And it's funny because so many of these I look at and it's like, if I did this, I would totally go in locations and it would just be like the grittiest fucking, but I think it would still work and it would still be fun.
No, it totally was.
If you did this in real locations and actually made fucking, Audrey chopping up people being gory, I think it would still work.
Yeah, I would love to see a really hardcore horror version of this.
I'm very afraid that the remake called Little Shop of Halloween Horrors is not going to be that. I assume just from the title it will not be that.
No,
but we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise us. But yeah, so that was Little Shop of Horrors. So Chelsea, where can people find you?
Hopefully not in the hospital, but definitely picking my nose. Pooping on a toilet near you. You can find me at Chelsea.LeSage on Instagram. Where can they find you?
They can find me at charles.d.lincoln on Instagram.
Yes, and you can find us together at CL Square Productions on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yes, and you can contribute to the cause of independent cinema by contributing to my Patreon at patreon.com/CharlesDLincoln, one word.
Yes, and I am on Cameo at cameo.com/Chelsea LeSage, so I can make weird feet videos for you. I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that counts as things they will demonetize you for. Yeah.
Yeah. I made the mistake of posting a photo of me with my feet in it the other day, and it wound up on celebrityfeet.com immediately. I was like, people are fucked up.
Yes.
Yes.
So next week, We're going to go with a movie that is a little bit more controversial and not quite in the rock opera category, simply because number one, I wanted to know your opinion of it. I will not state mine, but I wanted to know your opinion of it.
Mm-hmm.
And two, since we are talking about a film where I was like, if I were doing a version of it, I might make this a little gory. So we're going to go with a film called Anna and the Apocalypse next week.
I don't know that. I don't know that movie.
Yeah, it's a zombie film, but it's also a musical.
I love that. Wait, I'm pissed that someone did that and I didn't.
So we'll talk about that film next week and our various opinions of that film. So
awesome.
I will say right off the bat, without spoiling anything, I don't like the songs in this.
Okay, copy.
We will see what your opinions of them are, and we will see if maybe upon a second viewing I change my mind. So, all right, everybody, tune in next week for Anna and the Apocalypse, and we will.
Yeah, we'll see you on the toilet.
We will see you someplace that's green, which is Chelsea's toilet. All right, bye, everyone.